Welcome back to our History channel. In today's video, we will be diving into one of the most significant events in European history, the French Revolution. We will explore its causes, the key events that unfolded, and the far-reaching consequences that shaped the modern world. So, let's get started. The French Revolution was a period of complete social and political upset in France that lasted from 1789 to 1799. It was a turning point that marked the end of the monarchy and the rise of a new era of democracy. But what were the causes that led to such a dramatic revolution? The French Revolution was fueled by a combination of political, social, and economic factors. First and foremost, the French society was deeply divided into three estates: the clergy, the nobility, and the commoners. The first two estates enjoyed numerous privileges, while the third estate, which represented the majority of the population, suffered from heavy taxation and social inequality. Furthermore, France was grappling with a profound and dire financial crisis as a result of numerous years of warfare and the extravagant expenditures of the monarchy, most notably King Louis XVI and his queen, Marie Antoinette. The weight of this economic turmoil fell disproportionately on the common people, which in turn led to widespread dissatisfaction and unrest throughout the country. The lavish and opulent lifestyle of the monarchy, coupled with their disregard for the financial well-being of the nation, had left France in a state of utter disarray. Years of costly military campaigns, such as the 7 Years' War and the American Revolutionary War, had drained the treasury and left the country deeply in debt. The monarchy's excessive spending on luxuries, palaces, and courtly indulgences further exacerbated the financial strain. The burden of this economic crisis was felt most acutely by the commoners, who were already struggling to make ends meet. High taxes, imposed primarily on the lower classes, were implemented in an attempt to alleviate the financial burden faced by the monarchy. However, these taxes only served to deepen the divide between the privileged aristocracy and the impoverished masses, as they were exempt from such financial obligations. The common people, who were already living in abject poverty and facing food shortages, were now forced to bear the brunt of the financial mismanagement of the monarchy. The stark contrast between the extravagant lifestyle of the royals and the dire conditions experienced by the majority of the population fueled a growing resentment and anger towards the ruling class. As the economic crisis deepened, the commoners became increasingly disillusioned with the monarchy and their perceived indifference to the suffering of the people. The widening gap between the rich and the poor further fueled the flames of discontent, creating a breeding ground for revolutionary sentiment. The financial crisis, coupled with the social and economic inequalities experienced by the common people, laid the foundation for the French Revolution. The widespread discontent and desire for change ultimately culminated in the storming of the Bastille and the subsequent overthrow of the monarchy. The Enlightenment ideas also played a crucial role in sparking the revolution. Thinkers like Rousseau and Voltaire had popularized concepts of individual rights, liberty, and equality, inspiring the people to question the existing social and political order. The year was 1789, a time of mounting tensions and simmering discontent in France. The French Revolution, a watershed moment in history, was about to unfold, forever changing the political and social landscape of the country. And it all began with a single act of defiance: the storming of the Bastille. The Bastille, a formidable fortress-like prison located in the heart of Paris, had long been a symbol of royal oppression and tyranny. Its towering walls and imposing presence served as a constant reminder of the monarchy's authority and the people's subjugation. But on that fateful day in July, the people had had enough. They were ready to challenge the status quo and fight for their rights and liberties. As the crowds gathered outside the Bastille, their fervor and determination were palpable. They were armed with a fierce sense of justice and a burning desire for change. The air was thick with anticipation and tension, as both the revolutionaries and the defenders of the prison braced themselves for what was about to unfold. With a resounding cry, the revolutionaries stormed the Bastille, their sheer numbers overpowering the meager defenses of the prison. The gates were breached, and the people poured inside, their adrenaline-fueled energy propelling them forward. In a matter of hours, the once formidable fortress was reduced to rubble, a symbolic victory for the people and a powerful message to the monarchy. The storming of the Bastille marked the beginning of the French Revolution, a revolution that would go on to reshape the course of history. It was a moment of triumph for the people, a moment that embodied their unwavering determination to challenge the monarchy's authority and fight for their rights and freedoms. But the storming of the Bastille was not just a physical act of rebellion, it was also a symbolic one. It represented a turning point in the people's collective consciousness, a realization that they held the power to shape their own destiny. It ignited a spark of hope and inspired countless others to join the cause, as the revolution spread like wildfire across the country. In the years that followed, the French Revolution would witness both triumphs and tragedies. as the people fought for their ideals and navigated the tumultuous waters of political upheaval. It would see the rise and fall of leaders, the formation of new governments, and the rewriting of laws and institutions. But through it all, the spirit of the storming of the Bastille would endure, a reminder of the power of the people and their ability to bring about change. Today, the storming of the Bastille remains a symbol of hope and resilience, a testament to the indomitable spirit of the French people. It serves as a reminder that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds, ordinary individuals have the power to reshape the world. And as we look back on that pivotal moment in history, we are reminded of the importance of standing up for what we believe in, of challenging the status quo, and of never underestimating the power of a united people. The birth of the National Assembly marked a pivotal moment in the history of France. With the formation of this legislative body, the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen was issued, proclaiming the principles of liberty, equality, and fraternity as fundamental rights for all citizens. This revolutionary document served as a beacon of hope for the French people, who had long suffered under the oppressive rule of the monarchy. It symbolized a new era of enlightenment and progressive thinking, where the power would be vested in the hands of the people, rather than a select few. One of the most significant reforms introduced by the National Assembly was the abolition of feudalism. This archaic system, which had granted vast powers and privileges to the nobility, was dismantled, ushering in a more egalitarian society. The idea of social classes based on birthright was challenged, and the concept of meritocracy began to take hold. Additionally, the establishment of a constitutional monarchy was a groundbreaking development. This new form of governance aimed to strike a delicate balance between the powers of the monarchy and the rights of the people. It sought to create a system where the monarch would be subject to the rule of law and the Constitution, rather than ruling with absolute authority. The National Assembly's efforts to bring about these reforms were not without challenges. They faced resistance from conservative forces within the country, who were reluctant to let go of the status quo. However, the determination and perseverance of the Assembly members prevailed, and their vision for a more just and equitable society began to take shape. The impact of the National Assembly's work cannot be overstated. Their reforms laid the foundation for the French Revolution, which would ultimately reshape the political, social, and cultural landscape of France. The principles enshrined in the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen continue to resonate to this day, serving as a reminder of the power of collective action and the pursuit of a more inclusive society. However, the revolution took a more radical turn with the rise of the Committee of Public Safety and its leader, Maximilien Robespierre. The reign of terror ensued, characterized by mass executions, political purges, and the suppression of dissent. Robespierre's reign ended with his own execution in 1794. In the midst of the chaos, Napoleon Bonaparte emerged as a military leader and eventually seized power. His rise led to the establishment of the French consulate and later the First French Empire. Napoleon's reign brought stability to France but also spread revolutionary ideals across Europe through military conquest. The French Revolution, with its profound impact on history, brought about a series of transformative changes that reverberated far beyond the borders of France. One of its most significant achievements was the abolition of the monarchy, a symbol of absolute power and privilege, and the establishment of a republic. This monumental shift in governance laid the foundation for the rise of democracy, a political system that would go on to shape the course of nations around the world. However, the impact of the French Revolution extended far beyond political structures. Its ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity resonated deeply with people from all walks of life, inspiring numerous movements and revolutions across the globe. The revolution sparked a fire in the hearts of individuals yearning for freedom and justice, as they witnessed the power of collective action and the possibility of challenging oppressive regimes. The concept of liberty, with its emphasis on individual rights and freedoms, became a rallying cry for those who sought to break free from the shackles of tyranny. It awakened a sense of empowerment among the oppressed, encouraging them to fight for their rights and demand a fair and just society. The French Revolution's impact on the world stage cannot be overstated, as it set in motion a wave of change that would shape the course of history for centuries to come. In addition to liberty, the revolution championed the notion of equality, challenging the deeply ingrained social hierarchies that had plagued society for centuries. The French Revolution sought to dismantle the privileges enjoyed by the nobility and clergy, advocating for a society in which all individuals were treated as equals. This radical idea of equality of opportunity and social mobility served as an inspiration for future social justice movements, as they sought to challenge the status quo and create a more inclusive and egalitarian society. Furthermore, the revolution's ideals of fraternity emphasized the importance of solidarity and unity among individuals, transcending social boundaries and fostering a sense of community. This spirit of togetherness was instrumental in rallying people from different backgrounds and classes as they joined forces to fight for a common cause. The French Revolution's emphasis on fraternity not only united the people of France, but also served as a beacon of hope for those struggling against oppression in other parts of the world. The French Revolution's far-reaching consequences continue to shape the course of history. Its abolition of the monarchy and establishment of a republic paved the way for the rise of democracy, while its ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity inspired countless movements and revolutions globally. The French Revolution serves as a testament to the power of collective action and the enduring impact of ideas, reminding us that the pursuit of freedom and justice knows no boundaries. The revolution also led to significant social and legal changes. Feudalism was abolished, and the Napoleonic Code was implemented, which established equality before the law and protected individual rights. Economically, the revolution marked the end of mercantilism and the rise of capitalism. The revolution also had a profound impact on European politics, as it challenged the established order and introduced new forms of governance. However, the French Revolution also had its dark side. The reign of terror brought immense suffering and bloodshed, leaving a legacy of fear and caution in the minds of future revolutionaries. The French Revolution was a pivotal moment in history, driven by a combination of social inequality, economic hardships, and Enlightenment ideas. It forever changed the political, social, and economic landscape of France and influenced the world at large. That's all for today's video. We hope you found this overview of the French Revolution informative and insightful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on our future history videos. Thank you for watching our informational video, and we'll see you next time.